This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so until yesterday we have seen about all the joints except self joint. So we will talk about self joint here. So self joint, by the name itself, it will say like we will we'll join both the tables, and those tables are the same table itself. That means like we are joining the table with itself. That's all. So we in some cases we do this, but this is like very rare situation. I'll give you an example and the syntax so that you will be understanding it. So in self join, table is joined with itself. Self join syntax. Okay. Select column name from table. So we have to give the alias names in self join so that what we can say like this particular SQL will understand, because we are joining the same table with this with itself. We need to give aliases as two different aliases so that it will understand, okay, we are giving the same table with two different aliases, so we need to consider this as two different tables. So I'm saying like table 1 is T1, and again table 1 only, I'll give T2. Where condition. So if you observe table 1 is same, but alias names are different, and we are just giving comma here. We are not writing like self join and all. We'll see an example. So I want to know that in the customers table, suppose if you take that as an example, I want to know that who are all customers belongs to the same city. So from the same table only I can take the data, because customer ID is there in the same table, as well as city is also there in the same table. So now what happens, I want to get the customer name of this table and customer name of the second table, that means this another alias table who belongs to the same city. Here there no one belongs to the same city, so let's see some other table. Okay, so here I want to know the person IDs or person last names where they belong to the same city. So what I will do here, select let it be star first, after that I can change from persons. I'm giving as some alias name to it. So one thing to remember, For the table, if you are giving alias name, if you are not using the keyword, keyword as also, it will work as an alias name. But suppose if you give as P1, it will work. If you don't give as also, it will work. It will take as an alias table only. So I'll give the second alias name, that is P2. So now what I need to do, I need to give the condition over here. So condition would be, first I see in practical I said na, when you are creating a table, you mostly 99% you will be giving some column as primary key. That means you are identifying a unique column which will be serving as an unique data to know that person is you or not. So 99% will be giving that. So what we will do in the real time, what we will do is we will give in the condition this person ID statement. But now as when we are creating this table, we didn't give any primary key. It's optional, but I will tell you how we can give in practical and now as well. So here where my condition is like, I want to know the city which particular persons has same city in this particular table. So what I will do, I'll take help of this alias names where P1 dot city equals to P2 dot city. So in this way, I'm saying like I should get the data of the persons whose city is similar with two tables. That means the same table itself, two alias tables. So what is happening over here is we will take one example, or we will take only the data which we need. We will take 100 data. So I'll do order by so that we can understand easily. So for this particular customer ID or person ID, how many we have? I will take only this data. Just a minute. We didn't give the main condition. Yes. So what happened earlier is we have not given this particular condition. When we have not given this particular condition, what it will do is it will simply take all the duplicates from the table. That means like this is the unique key column, and we are saying to this particular query that the person ID of this particular one row is not same as the person ID of another row. if we are saying in this way, that means it will understand that in this person's table, no person ID is similar, right? No person ID is similar. If you are not giving this condition, it will duplicate all each and every row with everything and it will give us a result. That's why we need to give a primary key saying that this person ID is not equals to the second table person ID, which is the same table itself. So now what happens is, if you observe clearly, suppose if you take this 100 person ID, this city is Norway and Norway is not repetitive. Okay, Norway is not repetitive. In this case, this particular result will not get applied. I need only the data where the person's city is similar. So that's why 100 will not get appeared. In this case, what will appear is, suppose if you take India, India is 101 and India is 105 and India is 106. So this three data city is similar. So we will get this three data as well. So whose city is similar, we will get all the data. See, person ID, last name, first name, address, city. As we are giving star, this particular person's table, it is taking as a two different tables, P1 and P2, and it is retrieving all the data for me. So it is here saying that for the 101 person ID, my city is matching with the 105 person ID with this data. Are you clear until here? So here also for the person ID 101, India city, it is matching with 106. Similarly, it goes with some other person IDs. So if you can understand this, it is checking for this particular row which city is matching, so it is giving that particular data over here. So if you want to give some other details also, you can give, like you need to match with the last name. Suppose you can also give that particular data over here, like in the AND condition, so that these duplicates will be erased. We can give in this way, like P1 dot last name, P2 dot last name should be matched. Now what happens? This particular row will be eliminated. This particular row will be eliminated. We'll see how it will get. See here. So only the last names matches with this particular data. Banu, Banu, Kishore, Kishore, Banu, Banu, Kishore, Kishore. So if you want to get the data in any way, so this is the particular key where you need to give the correct conditions over here. So let me put in this way. Instead of giving star, I'll give something like person name and the city. I want only those two columns in the output. So in the output also, okay, as we are saying like the city is same, we can give any of this column. So if you give P1 dot city also, it will take the same thing. P2 dot city also, it will take the same thing, as we are saying like both are equal. But the person names, I mean the person last names would be different. So here what I will do, I'll write in this way that I want to get the P1 dot last name. I'm going to give the alias name here like P1ln, that means P1 last name. Then I want to get the last name of P2 as well. So P2, and I want to know the city. City is similar, so I will give, we can select P1 dot city or P2 dot city. That's our switch. So let's see how it goes. Okay. So for the P1, I have Pushpa, and for P2, I have Kiranmai, and city is India. And for P1, I have again Pushpa and P2. So all the combinations, whatever you have seen when you have given star, you can see over here as well. So in this way, we can find it out like if both the columns are in the same particular table, if you want to find out the similar city, similar address data, or any data like something like okay, similar last names, similar first names, you can do with the self join, but practically it's very rare combination we use. So try to practice it so that you can easily get through it. So we have union operator. This union operator, why we use is like it is used to combine the result set of two or more select statements. Okay, I have two tables. Okay, then what I want to do is like I want to combine two select statements. So then I will use this particular union operator to see the result at once. So, but there are some rules. Okay, okay. The first rule is like every select statement within union must have the same number of columns. This is first rule. And the second rule is the columns must have similar data types. I'll tell what do you mean by that. The third rule is the columns in every select statement must also be in the same order. Okay, so I want to tell this. First thing is every select statement within union must have the same number of columns. Suppose you have two tables. Suppose you have two tables. Select star from dbo.customers and select star from dbo.orders. So if you take these two tables as an example, every select statement within union must have the same number of columns. Suppose if you see customers table data have 5 columns and orders table has 3 columns. This is unfit for union. So if you have customers 3 columns and orders 3 columns, then you can do the union. First rule is that, and the second rule is the columns must have similar data types. So when you are creating a table, you will define whether these columns are characters or varchar, string, int, like that. Suppose if you take the customer ID, I want only integers, that means only numbers over here. So it will not allow any characters, the A to Z, anything. It won't allow it. So when I'm defining my customer ID as int, The first column in this particular orders table also should be int, and the customer name, if you are defining as a varchar, here also the second column it should be defined as a varchar. So it should have the similar data types. Data types means the character, int, string, and all so on. And the third rule is the columns in every select statement must also be in the same order. Suppose your order is different. Suppose here we have customer ID, and here in the orders table we have in the second. So it should not happen in that way. Customer ID should also be in the first. So order also we should maintain as first in order to join with union. So we have two unions. One is union and union null. I'll tell what is different between union and union null. Let's see the syntax. Select column name, or we can say names from table 1. Rather than giving star, if you give the column names, it will work perfectly in union, because you can check the order and you can see like if something is missing in the orders table, in the customers table, if you want to match the number of columns, or if you want to match the order of it, by simply giving the column names correctly, you can match it. Union is a keyword. Table 2. So similarly, we have union all operator as well. Union all operator, and union all is similar. So okay, so I want to tell where we use union, where we will use union all. So union we will be using to select only the distinct values. That means suppose in your table 1 you have 100 rows, okay, and in your table 2 also, in table 2 you have 103 rows, and in this 3 are duplicates. Okay, now union, if you are using union syntax, what happens? It will retrieve only distinct rows. That means distinct means unique rows. It will eliminate the duplicates. So that means it will, in this example, it will allow only 100 rows. Okay. So if you want to get the distinct values in the output, you have to use this union. For the union all, you will get all the duplicates as well. So union all will get 103 rows, allowing these duplicates as well. So this is the basic difference between union and union all. Okay, let's see an example. So I'm just thinking like which table I can give as an example. Let's see persons table and customers table, whether we can give this. we can use it. So we'll see. So first of all, I want to see whether I can give in this way that persons table we have, customers table we have, and the common columns you can see, city we have a common column, address we have a common column, and last name we have customer name, or first name we have customer name. We will see whether we can match this last name and first name. And for the person ID, we have customer ID. So the rule number 2 is we should have the similar data types, right? So person ID and customer ID is integer. That means it will only allow the numbers, and rest all will allow both varchar. So we will see. Let's can we do this or not? So as I said, better to give the column names only. If you give the star, it will not take it because rows and all are not same, right? So let's see. So select city from persons. I want to do union. Select city from customers. If you see over here, what my union is doing, it's combining both the persons table and the customers table, and it is retrieving only the duplicate distinct data. So it has removed the duplicate data. There is no duplicates over here. If you see, all cities are unique. In the same example, if you want to get the data of union all, you will get the duplicates as well. That means India will be repeating 3 times or 4 times according to the table. See, I got 21 rows and data is also repeating. Here in the first table we have 16 rows, in the second table we have 5 rows. 16 plus 5, 21 rows we are getting if you are doing with the union all, because it will allow the duplicates. So let's see another example with the union. So I have city now. I want to have address as well, and I want to have the okay. I want to have the person ID as well. We'll see. First we'll see with the address, and then we'll go with others. Yeah, address is also there and it is combined now. So if you see the example, as it will not allow the duplicates, here if you see city is having 2. But when you see as a combination, this is not a duplicate, because first row is having India address 30055 and the second row is having address as 50032. That means it is not allowing the duplicates. Now here also you can give the condition. So when you are giving the condition, you need to keep in mind that you need to give the condition um, in both the tables. So before this, we will also see the union all, where it will retrieve all the data. See, all the 21 data is retrieved over here. And coming to the conditions, right? I have to give the condition here and there as well. So what is my condition would be? Any condition which you want to give. Suppose I want to give a condition that my address should be 30055. So if you give the condition in the first table and if you are not giving the condition in the second table, it will not give the correct result, and it will give the 1 second. So it will not give the correct result. Why it is not allowing me to see? Here the address is a varchar, and as address is allowing the numbers as well as the characters, it will not allow when we are giving this particular context of numbers in without the inverted commas. So if you are giving the integer data type columns without inverted quotes, it will allow. But if it is this columns like address or anything which is defined as varchar, that particular data will not allow if you are giving the data other than in single quotes. So here what happened is I am giving the condition of address equals to 30055 only for the persons table, and I am not giving the condition in the customers table. So when you are doing that, what happens? This particular data only will get this condition, and for this is not applicable for this particular customers table. So if you want to get the data or the condition between two tables, so the best practice is to give the condition in both the tables so that you will get the exact data whatever you need. Okay, so this is union. In the same way, we will see whether we can add person ID and customer ID. Okay. So I'll try to add person ID over here, and I'll try to add customer ID over here, and I'll try to run it. Definitely you'll get an error, but you didn't get. Okay, that's great. So what happens is here, first of all, this person ID and this customer ID is there, right? This both should be same data type, first thing. Why you didn't get the error? So the thing is, person ID is a int type here. That means it will only allow the numbers, and customer ID is also a int type here, and it will also allow only numbers, and also the data types is correct and the order is correct, and also we can think in this way that this person ID data and the customer ID data are almost the same thing without any issue. If you see the what I can say technical details, if you give over here other than customer ID something like customer name, okay, it won't allow. Definitely it will give an error. See, it is saying that conversion failed when converting the varchar value TES92 to data type int. So as we have given person ID in the first table, it will take this third column as integer, and it will expect this third column also to be an integer. So if you give integer value over here only, it will accept. Other than this, it won't accept. So the main criteria is this, that no need to have the same name, but it should have the same data type and it should be in the same order. Okay. But I will show you one more thing here. Let's see the last name. Here we have customer name. See. So as last name is varchar and customer name is a varchar, it will allow. And if you observe the names, right? Names, it is taking the names of the first table. Okay, city, address, person ID, last name, but it is not taking the names of the second table, city, address, customer ID, customer name. It's not taking, but it is getting the data of the customers table as well as you are doing. union. This 17 to 21 rows are the data of the customer's table. And here, if you give the first name also, it will work because first name is also a varchar field. So now the question would be like, I will remove this customer name and we'll see whether order is mandatory, order number of columns is mandatory or not, we'll see. So this one we are checking. Checking number of whether number of columns needs to be same or not. Let's see that. So I'll remove customer name from here, and now the first particular table has 4 columns and second table has 3 columns, whether it allows us or not. Definitely it's not allowed. It's saying like all queries combined using union, intersect or except operator must have an equal number of expressions in their target list. So this is the error we get. So in the similar way, we will check the order as well. So what I want to do, so city I'll put in the end, okay. We'll see whether it works or not. So it will compare address with city now, person ID with address, first name with customer ID, city with customer name. So now the problem arises or not, let's see. So the problem is erased when this particular data is taken into account. We'll see what is that problem. So we'll see one by one. Address with the city. Suppose what is this? We'll give only this and let's see what happens. Okay, I'm selecting the address in the first particular data and selecting city in the second particular data. Let's see what happens. It's allowing. Why it's allowing? Because this address is a varchar and city is a varchar, so it's allowing. Let's see the next part. Person ID. Okay, now the problem arises. Why? Because person ID is an integer and address is a varchar. So it will not allow us to get the date. So it's saying like person ID is an integer and address is a varchar. So it will not allow. Similarly here, if you give the first name and if you give the customer ID, first name is a varchar and customer is a integer. So it will not allow. So in order to avoid this, what we will do, We will give the correct order of the columns in our input so that we don't get all these issues.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we'll start about group by. So group by is the particular syntax or operator. What we will do is like we will combine with any of the aggregate functions. Aggregate functions means like count, maximum, minimum, sum, and all. So this particular statement we will be using to group some similar columns. Like suppose if you have, okay, if you are attending some examination in any of the center, okay, let's take an example of government exams. So you particular you something like you can take like 10 colleges persons will be attending in that particular examination hall. So everyone wants to know like how many people are there in so and so college. Suppose let's take some A college. So they wanted to know how many people are there in that are exactly attended the exam from that particular college. So what we will do, we will simply do the group by functionality by using any of these aggregate functions like count, maximum, minimum, sum, and we will get that data. So let's see what this does. It groups rows that have the same values. So this one we'll be using it with some count max min to group the result set. So how the syntax goes is select column name or names from the table name and where condition is optional. Okay, we'll give group by keyword here. So group by we can do with single column or number of columns, one or more column as well. So depending upon your requirement, you can give that. And we can give order by, which is optional again. So we'll see an example over here. So I want to know the number of persons in each city. okay, in the persons table. Number of persons in each city in persons table. Okay, what I can do, first of all, you think like you can use the count. Okay, count of city from persons table. Okay, what happens when you use this count of city from persons table? It will give the total count of the data, right? It will give the total count of the data. If else, if you want to get the distinct data, what you can do, you will tell like distinct of city. So you will get the distinct rows from the distinct count from the city. But I wanted to know how many people are there in which particular city. So that in that case, what you can do is like you can use this group by. So count of city, I want to know the names, I mean persons, right? How many persons? So what I want to do, I want to know the count of persons, not the count of the city. So what I will do, I'll do something like person ID, comma, city. Then I'll group by with. I want to know the persons in each city. So that's why I need to group by with persons only. Sorry, I need to group by with city. So let's see what happens. So here if you see, in Bangalore I have one person, in India I have three persons, in Mansfield I have two persons, in Vijayawada I have four persons. So in this way you can get whatever you like in with this particular partitions. So in the similar way you can get anything like number of orders from some location, and you can also get the data of any person who is doing more than $500 every day. So in that way you can get anything. So in the same um, okay, and now you wanted to know the order. Suppose you wanted to know the highest persons living in any city, then you can simply order by um, this one will give some alias name, city. So I'll use the same and I'll say descending order. So this Vijayawada will come in the first. So see, Vijayawada is coming in the first. So in this way you can know like which particular city has more number of persons, and in the similar way you can use group by in so many examples. Like when you are using joins also you can use group by, and yes, we can close the topic group by. I'll stop.